Hey y'all!
And welcome to the Trail Podcast.
Woo!
My name's Lawrence, and this is my adorable co-host Beth. And no, I'm not drunk. I
only had 7 bottles last night.
I just had seven.
When you first said my beautiful, I thought you were gonna say badonkers. I'm here with my personal set of chesticles.
Alright, guys.
We're gonna walk.
The trail.
We're gonna walk into the rocks.
So, listen, guys. We're gonna be real with you. The Trail Podcast. The trail is really muddy
It's just
today.
a puddle.
So
we're gonna try a new trail that we've never tried before.
Yeah. So we're gonna back out of the trail. We're gonna go backwards.
Whoa.
So this whole episode is actually playing in reverse.
We're just really good at talking.
We are talking backwards. Also, we're anticipating each other's jokes. So whenever I laugh, it kind of forces Beth
to make a joke.
Yeah. Or it did.
Hey,
it did.
How about... Yeah, I can't come up with anything.
You got a good cover for this next one.
Yeah.
Oh, it's muddy. Oh, step in the little patches of grass.
Muddy.
Step in the little patches of grass. This is kind of fun. This is like walking across a creek.
I am going to do laundry today, so I'm not as worried about how nasty my shoes are going to be.
Are you? Perfect.
Like, I'm going to do laundry right after this.
Oh, cool.
I'm going to podcast, and then I'm going to laundry cast.
Oh, hold on. Aren't we going to Walmart after this?
Do I look like I know what's happening?
No. You look like you know what
Going
has happened.
Look at the pretty flowers.
No. Don't, Beth. You're making me very muddy.
There we go.
You're making me very muddy, Beth.
You shouldn't have bought white shoes, little dude.
She knew I should have bought the orange ones. Uh-oh.
Okay, skirt the edge.
What?
I'm not moving. Go forward. I'm not
gonna
even
push Beth
afraid
in.
because I know you're not going to.
Oh, she knows me too well. No. Well, I better subvert her expectations. There's thorns here. Don't make me walk through thorns.
Oh, then I guess you'll have to walk through the puddle.
Okay, thorns it is. Ow.
You're wearing clothes. It's not hurting you.
They don't know that.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, listeners. Ah!
Thorns!
Why is it so muddy?
Thorns!
Ack! Oh, no! Thorns! Sorry, listeners, to subvert the illusion of nudity.
I know a lot.
Dr. Pepper!
I know a lot of you picture our voices in the nude, but we do, in fact, wear clothes when we're on the Trail Podcast.
I know. I disappoint myself, too.
We're very sorry. We know our audience.
In the moonlight, sandy beaches, drinking rum every night. We got no money, mama, but we can go. Split the difference, got a coconut grows. I tell you what, this man right here next to me freaking kills it on the maraca.
I kill the maraca.
He kills maracas.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually wanted in 27 maraca countries for first maraca slaughter.
I'm wanted in Morocco. Is that where the maraca came from?
I don't think so.
That'd be really cool if it was.
Now, mind you, I know nothing. But didn't it come from Mexico?
It's possible, but like I feel like, it is a maraca.
Yeah.
I feel like.
If only we had some way to learn this new information that we do not.
Yeah, that we do not.
Oh, I'm getting so much mud in between my toes. Now all we need is glass and ash, and then we'll have a good breakfast.
Call back.
Hey, the best type of humor.
Ah.
Why are gumballs called gumballs? Like, imagine eating a gumball.
A ball of gum? What do you?
No. The spiky seed things.
What? They're not called gumballs.
They're called gumballs.
Those are not the little like the dried up kind of balls of death that fall from trees.
Explosion.
There's no way. Oh, look at these flowers. Pretty flowers all along the side of here.
Look. There was one on the ground. I picked it up for you.
Oh, it's for me.
For you. I love you.
Listeners, I'm about to tear up.
He's not. He's lying.
Thank you.
Aw. Okay, maybe he's not lying.
Oh.
Yeah. I saw a gumball earlier, and now I'm
Sweet.
trying to find one, and there's just none to be had. Disappointing. If I do so say myself. But yeah, those things are called gumballs. And, like, imagine eating a gumball. Yeah, these things.
I don't. Okay, now I don't believe that.
Yeah, it's called a gumball.
I don't believe that's called the gumball.
Like, imagine eating it. It's so spiky, you would
That's
just get a splinter
terrible.
on your tongue.
Well, honestly, they look like they're pretty fragile.
Well, that's because they're wet.
Well, they usually look pretty fragile. Okay.
Your mom's pretty fragile. I'll bake her every time I'm in bed with her.
Nice.
But she just keeps asking for more.
Yeah.
What's a gumball seed?
You think my mom watches this? Do you think my mom's watching this?
No! No! No!
Do you think she has been for
you
the
haven't,
last?
You haven't
for
told
the
her
last
about it, have you?
13
Please
episodes?
tell me you haven't. Oh God, no!
That's okay. Hi.
Howdy.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Just said hi. How dare you?
I know, but I can't. You can't say hi and then howdy.
I did.
Oh wait, actually, hi howdy. That sounds cool.
Oh, that does.
Actually, that sounds legit.
That's an interesting scent.
Yeah, these are kind of fake. This is kind of fake grass. See, this lighter stuff?
Mm-hmm.
That makes you think that you're not going to step into mud, but then you do.
are. Okay. The gumball from the sweet gum is
Go,
actually the
go.
seed pod.
Go. The gumball from the sweet gum?
What are the spiky balls that fall from trees? The sweet gum's spiky gum balls hang conspicuously from the tree's small branches.
What?
Look,
Oh my gosh. Dude,
they're from the sweet gum, so they're gum balls.
show me where it says they're gumballs. I don't want to deceive our listeners.
Oh, well, let me show them.
You can read anything in a voice that sounds like you're reading from things.
Gumball seeds. It says it right here. Lawrence's mom has the biggest boobs, and Beth sleeps with her every night, and she really enjoys it.
I'm gonna forward to this episode.
Don't! You haven't told her about the podcast, have you?
Big stick. Yeah, she knows.
Why? Why have you told her?
It was Christmas.
It was Christmas?
Yeah.
What is that supposed to mean?
Well, I let him know. I need to show everybody that I was being productive in my life, and I was like, hey, I do a thing. Sweet gum seeds. Oh my goodness. Guys, she's right. They're called gumballs.
Isn't that so weird?
That's so weird. Why?
Right?
They planted flowers along this whole thing. I wonder if they planted those. They must have, right? Those didn't just pop up.
That sentence was beautiful.
What?
They planted
you
these
mean it will
flowers.
be?
They planted these flowers all along here. Do you think they planted these flowers? Why did they plant these flowers? Oh, but when I say MREs 3 times in a sentence, I'm the one baiting for somebody to ask what MRE means. Mister, they planted these flowers. What do you think they planted these flowers? Why did they plant these flowers? What's planting a flower?
I love you.
I love you too.
Oh gosh. You think I thought you didn't know what planting a flower was, so I tried to bait you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Little did you know, I'm still Shoop, the god of farms, and farming means I also know how to plant flowers.
God, my hand is cold.
Aw.
It's nice. It's nice and
My
warm.
hands aren't cold.
Nice and warm in my
I think you're
pockets.
just weak.
I am.
Aww.
But I'm getting stronger every day.
Aww.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I like a man who can accept his weakness under my foot.
Oh.
Please don't send this episode to your mom. I swear to God. There's no way she's listening to this. She's too busy sewing and putting LED lights on in her kitchen.
Yeah,
and
dude,
reaching the next level of evolution.
Kitchen looks so good. I'm not even joking. That's the best. That's the coolest room I've ever been in.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It sounds cool.
Yeah, it's super cool.
I remember when you were telling me about it, and you were like, she put this paneling like behind the sink, and I was like, a backsplash. She's like, yeah. So it was like, so like tiny. Yeah. So she put like tiny like blue tiles, like a backsplash. Tiny blue tiles. It's like, just say backsplash. It's got a backsplash.
No, it was. I actually checked after I called you. They weren't blue. They were silver, I think. Just
call it a backsplash.
Or they were small black tiles. Or they were silver. They were tiny silver, backsplash.
Penny silver?
Tiny silver.
Penny silver.
No, tiny silver. Uh-oh. I have a feeling that it's muddy. Judging from the muddy footprints. I'm gonna just go ahead and say.
Okay. Also, there was something that I found so hilarious, which was when when I was looking at your paper, and then your one sentence was like music, or what was it?
Music is an art where art.
Yeah, and I was like, music is an art where art, and you're like, yeah, it does that, and I was like, okay.
Yeah,
then like the only comment you got was like, that's redundant.
But like, no, the point wasn't that music does that. The point was that art conveys something about the human experience.
So why didn't you just say art conveys something about the human experience? Music as an art does so as well.
Because it's
potentially
stupid. Because that's not how I wanted to do it.
What you want to do is
I wanted to do it different. I wanted to be unique, and if I can't
wanted to be not like other boys.
If I can't be a
basic.
If I can't be a you basic. You default. you
default. I love that.
You default character. No, you default. That's really good.
You don't even customize.
I'm gonna start saying that.
Right. Like,
casual.
Wonder Bread is good and all, but default's better.
Casual is also really funny. I really like casual.
Thank you.
Oh. You
gotta like what you are, right?
Hey, I'm not a casual.
Sure, default.
I'm a default.
I want to talk about how much time do we have left?
Oh, we got a bunch. We got we're not even like halfway through.
For dip, what?
Yeah.
We've been walking forever.
Right.
You want to just keep walking in a circle?
Yeah.
And there's a big circle.
I mean, we'll probably hit where we started, like at the time. So
yeah.
It seems like it'll be pretty good.
Oh, nice.
We want us to turn around.
Dang.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyways, how about that one? I'm in a macroeconomics class right now, and one of the things we have to do is forums. And so we watched a bunch of TED Talks, and then we had to answer. Sorry, he's doing parkour. Hey, real quick.
Careful.
This is geotextile.
Geotextile.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah.
Is it? So this is fake,
Yeah.
but it feels like rocks.
Do you not see how it's like fabric over the rocks?
Oh, I see.
So what it is that if you just put gravel on dirt, when the ground gets muddy, the rocks will sink because they're denser or whatever. Yeah. And then when it freezes, it'll basically the gravel will sink into the ground over time.
Yeah.
And what will happen is that you won't fix any of the holes that you tried to fix with the gravel, and you'll still just end up with a super muddy trail. And it'll make the ground harder to dig later because you have all these giant freaking rocks everywhere. I would know. I had to dig like 10 holes over spring break, and it was terrible because there was so much freaking gravel. But I had a pickaxe, so it was fine. Actually, I had a mattock. Okay, another side tangent. A mattock is just a pickaxe, but you went and squished the ends. Anyways, so you put geotextile down because it allows water through it, but it stops the rocks, so it keeps it from sinking into the ground. Yeah.
Neat.
Okay, so anyways, we watch these TED Talks, which TED Talks are so funny to me. I don't know why. Every time I watch one, I just laugh because it's such a weird thing to me. But anyways, we watch these TED Talks about how, like, robots are taking our jobs! Ah! But not really. It's actually a good thing. You know, that whole spiel. And then we had to answer this big question, and the question was, like, you know, they're talking about this big transition. What's the transition? They're talking about the transition to having AI and advanced technology in the workplace. Oh, we passed the place.
It's cool. I had to go this way.
Oh, okay. That's what I was kind of thinking, but I didn't know if I was going to do that well. Anyways, and then we had to talk about, like, what problems there are with having advanced technology and how we can solve them, and whether we're pessimistic or optimistic about the future. And this one dude wrote, like, this whole thing, and in the thing she said we had to tie it back to class, and he literally didn't. He didn't talk about macroeconomics at all. He just went on this whole spiel about humanity is terrible and we're all doomed, and that makes him optimistic because he can't wait for humanity to die. And then he starts it all off with saying, like, I don't know what transition they're talking about because a transition requires an ideal outcome. And there's no ideal outcome for technology. It's just going to be around until we die. Until the world ends. It's such a trip reading that, man.
We should spend our next trail podcast looking for these clovers.
That sounds so incredibly boring.
That sounds so much fun.
Yeah, sure.
I've only stopped to look once this season.
We should do mushroom hunting.
Mushroom hunt for mushrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be fun.
Yeah. What's next? We got some things in the works.
Yeah. Good things coming to the trail podcast. Like my hair and Lawrence's face.
Yay!
Woo! But we should, like, go somewhere else, like, besides the normal trail to go mushroom hunting. I don't even like mushrooms, I'm gonna be honest. They taste the best. The best.
Make me feel bad.
I don't dislike mushrooms for the taste, it's for the texture. I really struggled to describe what the texture of a mushroom is to me, and then I found it, and this is the perfect explanation.
Yeah. Like for a while. I look cool.
Totally.
Thank you.
The texture of a mushroom is like if your flesh was made up only of skin, and then you just bit into somebody's arm of just skin. That's what the texture of a mushroom is to me.
Just ripping through layers of skin.
Right? And I don't like it. Howdy. Okay. AirPods. Do you want to go on your rant?
Yep, we got plotted. Okay, I'm gonna be real. I think AirPods are definitely ruining our generation. Like, you know, phones had a trade-off. You know, less human interaction, like less face-to-face, more virtual interaction, right? You know, at least people were engaging with one another in communities that they could at least talk about what they did online, you know, when they did talk in person. But this AirPods have actively, like, drastically reduced the number of in-person conversations that I can have. Like, it's not that, like, everybody wants to talk about their AirPods, because it doesn't let them do anything new. It just lets them listen to music all the time. And that's terrible because it's too convenient.
Howdy.
Howdy.
that's interesting that you bring that up, because I feel like there's been that scare before, like with CDs or whatever, like, now all they're gonna do is just listen to music. You know?
Yeah. But I can't, I don't know, it feels so wrong to me that when I'm walking on the sidewalk, I'll walk by someone, I'll be like, hello, how are you? And they'll just walk past me. Their expression won't change. They'll be like off in their world. They'll be like, oh. They'll be seething, and I extend a friendly human gesture to them, and they don't receive that. And so, one, they're already upset, and the AirPods don't help them because the hello helps them, and they just avoided it. They just dodged my human kindness with AirPods because it's too convenient.
They're like Neo.
Yeah.
To human kindness.
I mean, I would say phones aren't bad, but I'm not sure, because they're not a bad thing for me, because I have the discipline to not install social media.
Yeah.
And not, I mean, as much as Facebook, or as YouTube isn't.
Yeah, right.
I do not use Facebook. But, you know.
It's like, I have YouTube, but I don't use the social media side of it. I use the mass media side of it.
And, you know, I've got headphones, but I have the discipline to not use them when I walk places. I enjoy nature. And so, you know, we're going to college, and we got a bunch of people walking, like, all the time. They're walking to class, they're walking around, you know, they're walking past each other, they're saying hi, except they're not anymore. You know, there's so much nature. We spend so much of our time, like, in nature, and it makes us, it feels so good. But people just block it out. They're like, no! I want to listen to...
Call back.
It's super stupid.
We should have asked Hayes about that when he was on the podcast.
Yeah, I think we talked about that discussion without him.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We forgot to ask the expert. I don't know. It is an interesting conversation, because I am a big proponent of the whole, like, do whatever you need to make you happy. But I do also think that some people will think stuff is making them happy when it's really not.
Yeah.
You know?
I think moderation with everything, and if you can't get it in your alone time, I guess it's fine to wear it on your walks, but
right?
I don't know, leave one out so I can say hi to you.
Yeah. I think music is a very important thing. Like, it's obviously not necessary, but, like, it really does have a profound effect on people. And I do think it is very beneficial to listen to music, and especially music you like. And for the most part, you do listen to music when you're on commutes. And it is a little hard for me, because now that I'm in college, and I'm just walking everywhere and I'm not driving, I, like, hardly ever listen to the music I like.
Yeah. You really have to, like, kind of sit down with the intention to listen to music. And especially if you're not the kind of person who can work to music.
Right?
Like,
yeah.
I kind of have found that I am, and it's great.
I can kind of work to music, but only if it's stuff that, like, I already know how to do. If I have to actually, like, process something on a deeper level, I can't listen to music.
I go ahead and to start my study session, I'll listen to music because it'll trick me into thinking that it's something that I like to do. And then once I start to feel the music as a distraction, then I know that I'm more interested in my work than the music.
Yeah, and then you can like switch to white noise. Because I can't work in silence.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
My thoughts are pretty loud. That kind of suffice.
Yeah, but I do agree that it does sort of like distance people.
Huh.
And I don't even know how I feel about that, because it's sort of like, it's not like it's creating people who like never talk to their friends or anything. Like, there is still social interaction. There's just less casual interactions.
Yeah.
Like, I am the type of person who I do love to just be like, hey, I really love your shirt. Or like, your hair looks really good. And like, half the time, they just walk straight past me and I'm just like, okay.
I know. I remember a specific time. You were like, you walked past someone and they were like, they were right in front of us, and they had a scowl on their face. And then you said, hi, I really like your hair. And then they, one, didn't hear you, and then glared at you.
Right?
Like, what a kindness killer.
Yeah.
What a casual kindness kill.
And that is pretty difficult.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's sort of like, how important are those casual interactions? I do think they have a very large importance. I don't know this for sure, but I feel like our generation is just so much more cynical. Like, I feel like it's getting so popular in our generation to just be all like, everything sucks, humanity is stupid, we're all doomed, and I just can't wait for the freaking asteroids to hit, you know?
And it's easy to be cynical, too.
Right? And that's the thing, is that those casual interactions of like, you know, hey, I really like your shirt, you know? Or just like, you know, you trip and then they're all like, oh, dude, are you okay? And you're like, yeah, clumsy as balls, you know? Like, those little social interactions, they kind of keep you from being cynical, because I feel like humanity is the type of thing that we have a lot of goodness. It just comes in small packages very often. And our bad...
Say that again.
I love you. And our bad tends to come in a lot bigger of ways, you know? And I feel like when you get rid of those casual interactions, you lose the small goodness, and you just... You know, it's so hard to not get cynical and just see the big societal problems and about how, like, you know, everybody's racist and sexist and homophobic, and feminism isn't really doing anything, and we still face so many challenges, and it's so hard to get out of poverty. It's like, that's all you can focus on, because you're literally blocking out the people on the street just saying, like, you know, hey, I like your outfit.
Yeah. It is kind of intentionally blocking out the good, or unintentionally blocking out the good.
Yeah.
And I think that's where AirPods go wrong. And especially since, like, you don't even need AirPods, because AirPods sparked a bunch of knockoff brands that work with Android and Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Now. So you don't even need an iPhone, you know? And so...
And I feel like part of that difference is also, like, is that it's hard to see, almost. Because I feel like the reason why you really don't like AirPods is because you go to people trying to talk to them, and then it just shuts you down. And it's sort of like, the difference is, like, when you're wearing headphones and people can see it, then it's sort of like, okay, they don't want to talk to people. You're blocking the casual kindness from coming to you. But when you wear those AirPods, you're sort of blocking somebody else from presenting casual kindness, because it's sort of like, you know, now it's like, I almost don't want to say anything to people because they probably have an AirPod in.
Yeah, because it's so hidden.
Right? But I mean, that even makes me wonder if, like, even AirPods are better. And that makes me question if it would be better if everybody just walked around, like, casually playing music. Like, if we had, like, speakers on necklaces to where, like, you could hear it, but, like, it wasn't too loud. But I feel like that would get annoying, you know?
That's just in place.
That could be cool. You know?
And you could hear, you're like, hey, what you listening to?
Right? And then you could hear, like, a cool song, and you could go, like, dude, that song is freaking awesome. What is it? I've never heard it before. And then they go, it's Your Mother's Moaning as I bang her. I make a new track every Sunday. Like my Instagram. That's another thing I don't like. We are very much 80-year-olds in 19-year-old bodies.
And 18-year-old body.
You're a little baby child. Wim, go, wim, baby.
Of legal age.
Of legal age, yeah, but...
Be creative with the fan art, please. But, all right, guys.
Yeah.
Well,
that was a good podcast. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Cool 50 out here.
We'll see you guys next time. But first, we'll see you guys next time for our gumball taste test.
Yeah.
Which will be delicious.
I'm very excited. Are we going to try to marinate it in some honey and barbecue? I kind of want to try
Oh
that,
my gosh, that looks so good.
Right? Yeah. Okay. We'll get back to you next time with the gumball taste test. Taste test. Tic Tacs next time on the Trail Podcast. Mwah.